let's get.
I'm gonna put my pens in my cup at 2, okay?
Okay.
I'm watching my phone.
Hold on, let me get organized first. I don't know why sometimes it shows. Are you okay over there, Miss Grace? Okay.
I'm okay.
That's good.
I'm putting it.
Hey now.
I'm putting it.
Oh, what just happened? Hey now. Oh. God, Glory. Hi, how are you? Sorry, I'm slowly getting there. I had to get my crap together. And usually it's a little early. It's usually earlier in the day, but because they're half days and stuff right now, trying to get everything done at once is nuts. So then I'm always rushing. So now I can be a little more relaxed when I do it. I don't have to go crazy. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. This is going to be for the water sign. So it's going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I need to make sure I list it in that order. Again, I don't tell the future. I just do help us find guided steps that help us.
Can do this.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah, on your spring break. Not yet. You got till next week. I know, but it's not for tonight. It is for you and Nakia to do.
Can I do one?
But no, I'm working right now, remember? Joseph, hello. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just trying to get organized. And I had to decide if I wanted to rush through it like earlier or if I wanted to take my time, kind of do it a little less rushed, but still, there's still going to be a little chaos because my daughter's here. So it is what it is. We roll with what we can do. So what did I say? We're going to go Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio.
Yeah.
So.
And we're gonna leave what? And we're gonna leave what's together.
Yes, but not right now. I'm working. I love you. Watch your TV.
This is about the cookbook.
I'm gonna butcher your name. Is it Moichiro? Chiro? I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Respectfully, I don't mean to. But hello and welcome. I appreciate that. Okay, so what I started doing, I used to do 12 different things for each sign, and then it's an hour long, and it just takes so much longer. So I decided trying to do these so they can each have a chapter. So if you go back to the replay, I'll write down the timestamps, and then you can click right to it. It's a Japanese name, so it's hard. Man, I barely speak English on a good day. And I don't speak any other languages. But yes, I always try, but I also believe that names should be respected. So if you help me and you tell me how to do it, I will always do my very best. I just don't like to be disrespectful. I just laugh at myself because I already know I'm going to butcher it. So I'm just like, please, if you want to help me, I'll take it. Cat's Eye, welcome. So we're going to start with Cancer. It'll be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I just want to look. Let's say 5 minutes in is where we're going to start for Cancer. And then, so basically what I do, just for those that are new and kind of don't know, I teach a lot about emotional intelligence. I teach us how to become more self-aware, how to heal through, oh, good. You're going to be second in the list. We start with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I could actually start with Pisces. I don't think it matters right now. So if you'd like, if you want to stick around, I can certainly pull for you first. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll start with Pisces just because you're here. Perfect. 2015. Oh, you're just a baby. It's pronounced like Muichiro. Muichiro. Was that better? I hope it sounded better. Muichiro. That's about as good as it's gonna get. But that's cool. And at least I tried, and I appreciate you saying it for me or putting it out like that for me. It's very helpful. I try to be nice. Well, I am who I am. That's exactly, oh, yay. I love that. I've learned that I'm okay with laughing at myself because when we get there, it becomes a lot easier. So we're switching it up. We're starting with Pisces just for you. And I love that. I love that I got that. I'm definitely patting myself on the back for that one. So before I get into the Pisces, I just want to explain very, very quickly. I don't do tarot readings as in I'm going to tell you your future because a little secret thing, when we're reading energy, the energy changes fluidly, just like breathing. The moment you make a different decision, even knowing that you have another decision than the ones you would have already made, changes it immediately. So the idea, I think I've seen you before in real life. I don't know. Hi, Jacob. Oh, you're also Pisces. Perfect. Is in 9 days. Well, happy early birthday. And you're just a baby. 2015. You're not even, are you 18? Wait a minute. 15 to 25. No, you're not. You're only 11? That can't be right. You said 2015. I'm subbing. I am sub. Awesome. I appreciate that. I just try to get the messages out there, and the idea is that why are you on YouTube watching readings at 10? It's not, to be fair, I don't do any of the weird, crazy stuff. We're talking about how we can be emotionally intelligent and how we can do things to find our best self. So I guess of all things that you could be watching, it's not the worst. But if you're 10, Lord help me, please, please, please don't get addicted to all this stuff. Do some fun stuff. Go outside. I just bought my daughter. I'll show you quickly. Hold on. It's going to be a mess. I just got, I don't know if you can see it, but the playhouse out there. Hold on. It's a mess. So, because she's 7 and y'all need to be outside doing fun stuff. I appreciate you here. I don't ever want to send somebody away, but at the same time, always remember that adult categories aren't always things that you need to be doing at 10. Emotional awareness is always a good thing, though, okay? Is that a kitten in a box? That is actually really cute. All right. So, anyways, I don't tell you your future. All I do is help you find ways to check in with yourself, be more emotionally accountable, be more self-aware, find ways to manifest your future, but in ways that are actionable, that you can ground them into earth. I'm doing homework while watching this. Why, if it says it's not for kids, why are kids watching this? How old are you? I'm drawing a picture digitally. Well, that's cool. That's actually really cool. I do some stuff on Canva, but that's cute. All right, for my Pisces, let's do this. Can I have one self-care for the month of March? Something to focus on. Zoom in. A black cat comes out to greet us as if to say, look at me, and not some old Romanesque church. I am alive. Math or Ella? I don't know what Ella is. Tech ed. But math is awesome. Reflect on a time in your life when you felt fully alive and connected to the world around your senses. What a gift to be able to feel so much. This power is always within you. ELA is reading. Oh. Is it all, how can it? That's wild. Well, that's good. Maybe it's just that time of day. English language arts. Yeah, I'm old. They didn't call it that back then. And I don't know. They don't call that for my daughter either. Are y'all in Canada or are you far away? Because we're from Canada, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think hers is called that. But she's just in kindergarten. Oh, you are from Canada. So, oh yeah, you're American. Okay. I never heard of it. ELA. Interesting. Oh, well, that was quick. Our bodies are our gardens to which our wills are gardeners. Do something to thank your body for its hard work and its miraculous ability to move, feel, and communicate. In Windsor, oh my lord, I haven't been to Windsor in a long time actually, but I used to play there all the time. I have ELA too, but I don't have any homework for it. Nobody should have homework. I shouldn't say that. That's not true. That was unfair. I shouldn't say that. Homework is good. It will teach us lots. So, same. Should not be joking about homework. What are you doing over there? That is my wild child. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Don't make a mess, please. I love you. Okay, so what we're doing right now, we're focusing on, okay, quietly, I love you. You remember the rules. So the idea is learning to reflect on the times where we've had struggles or things that took a minute and how you overcame them. Reflect on it and celebrate yourself. How old is your child? I just said she's 7. That's true. You shouldn't have homework because you should spend time at home. Schoolwork is for school. I think so. I think that's a fair boundary. I mean, when you get older and you have to study, but to be fair, we're always learning. I think that's something that, even at my age, we're always learning. And the more you learn, the better off you are. So, but learning what you need to know sometimes isn't as much fun. But once you learn how to learn, it becomes a lot easier because you're learning from a place of wisdom. You're looking for that kind of move forward. It says conclusions are within reach. So when you start getting present, the whole idea is when we're trying to find your goals, manifesting whatever it is, whether it's peace, any step forward, you need to have clarity in your emotional awareness, right? And to get that conclusion within reach, you have to come to the center. You have to understand when you choose you first, no matter what, at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about all those things. You fill your cup up first, then everything you do afterwards comes from overflow. So you give with a full heart. Your cup is full. You're not relying on outside experiences, outside people. My goal is to build my business, share my content, help other people heal, and go into places like women's shelters and places that actually need help. That's my goal. And
Mama said, you know you can do it.
you know you can do it. That's right. Okay, go play. Let me finish my work. That's the rules, remember? So you have to understand when you have dreams and desires. I already have my website. I have my business. I have all that. I share my content. But if you go to my courses, you can look there, and there's my emotional healing. I have 4 courses, so to say, in different episodes, but the idea is to help people where they're at. We're not trying to chase people down, and we're not going to force them to heal. But when we allow them the space and say, I can help you if you're willing, you have to be willing to help yourself. When we give them that space, most people will choose it. They may fight it for a moment, but you can't force somebody. But when you make it available to them so they don't have to pay thousands of dollars when they're, trying to survive, it seems very unfair. So when you can meet someone where they're at with small, actionable steps, bite-sized pieces, little things that you can make a decision instead of reacting, instead of getting mad, instead of snapping on somebody because you've already been holding it in for so long, you become this overflow. Instead of doing that, getting present and say, how can I thank my body? It shows up every single day. Thank you, my toes, my fingers. Thank you, my shoulders, my knees. It doesn't matter. You showed up. You helped me today. I appreciate every cell in my body. And when we can get present and we start doing things like that, we listen to our body. We check in with ourselves before we explode, before we do those things that take us down, guilt, shame, fear, all that stuff. So the idea is when you get present with these small little things, and there's always the theme, especially with these readings, the theme is always a certain thing, like maybe it's being more inwardly emotional, checking in, figuring out what the grief is, processing that, or sometimes it's say, no, it's not time for that. It's time for you to get out there and meet other people and share your story and do those things. So, but it happens around the planetary movement. So when I do these, I'm helping you find the things that are easier for you to focus on so you can heal a little cleaner. So when I did my healing journey, I mean, we're always on the healing journey, but when I did mine, it was back and forth, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, backflip, crawling through the mud. It was just not pretty. It was not fun. It was needed, and it's amazing, but it's messy and it's hard. And when you have no help, it can be very extremely complicated. So I really go out of my way to try to lay it out in a manner that's helpful for people that they can actually use it. RIP, I crashed my electric bike and was rolling on the ground. Now I have a... Right now? Like that just happened? Can I... Caleb, you want a shout out? Hi, Caleb. Did you just do that right now? You're not supposed to be riding on your scooter and... Oh, okay. You're not supposed to be using your phone while you're driving. I hope you're okay. Take it easy. You're young. You'll heal quicker for sure. When you get older, it's harder to bounce back. You're very welcome, Caleb. Of course, I dropped it. That means it's more important. It says birthing a new age. So this one is a good one, and I will read it. This is still for my Pisces, just in case y'all think I got sidetracked. We have not. And then Star Mother. So, oh, that sucks. Star Mother. And that's like road rash. Is that what you mean? User QWERTY. Welcome. So, that's on the bottom, Star Mother. So, the best way to explain that is when you're nurturing yourself, which is what I do, and I give from a full cup. When you're nurturing yourself, you become that Star Mother because you're treating yourself like the child, like a child, and then in turn you're helping everybody else along the way, and you're treating them just as compassionately and caring as before. I have to go eat. Bye guys. Have a good day. Take care. I do oracles. You can call it whatever you want, but I don't do the telling you your future. I do the ways to help you find your best self and make better decisions that are going to help you get to your highest best self. Have a great day, Jacob. Okay, birthing a new age. Angel number 92. So if any of these numbers kind of call to you, if you go look them up, angel number 92 is very much, will have a message. So if there's that question kind of nagging in the back of your brain and you're like, how do I explain it? If you're like, you don't really know how to even answer it, or it's just there, it's like at the back of your mind. If one of those angel numbers that I say when I call them out, if it calls to you, if you take the moment and do the little homework and you go look it up, I almost guarantee you every single time that one that was calling to you will have that answer to that nagging question. And it will definitely lead you there. So if you feel called, go check them out. They're very, very helpful. So often our path is exactly the one we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. My daughter's trashing her room right now. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now, we're in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting that the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time. Dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, and guardians of the earth, and storytellers from the times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. So this is like the affirmation to go with it. What ringette is? I don't think so. I'm open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me, please lead me, and please show me the way. I'm new to the live. Terry Brennan, welcome. This is for water signs right now, specifically Pisces, and then it'll be Cancer, Scorpio. I give guidance, ways to help you check in with yourself, find your best self, make better decisions. I don't tell you your future. I don't tell you what the neighbor's doing behind your back. I don't. I check in on the energy and help find, with the alignment of the moon and with the planets and all that's going on, help you find the best way to help yourself heal in a way that is sustainable and is small steps, big ripples. So I have to leave. Okay, have a good day. All right, for my Pisces, can I have one to focus on? So you're expressing new, you're learning what it is you're trying to build. All paths lead home. Amen. So it doesn't matter how many detours you make. It doesn't matter what's going on. As long as you know how to get present, come back to your center and your alignment, and start leading, right? Understanding what you're trying to birth. You may not know the end result, but it's about. Hi, AutoCAD. How are you? Okay, so on the bottom it says all paths lead home. I love this because I set the deck down upside down. This was the birthing the new age, and then all paths lead home. And on the very bottom of the deck, I set it down upside down. I don't usually do that. Your life is a canvas, right? You're creating your own canvas. You're creating your own future. And it's a blank canvas. It's whatever you make of it. And for you to manifest it and to birth all this stuff in, you have to get present and understand what it is you truly want. And you're in that process, right? You're understanding what it is. And you know, to get there, you got to be thankful for your fingers, your toes, the ability to move, the fact that you can breathe, all of those things, right? Okay, all paths lead home. Also, angel number 34, if you look it up, again, if you remember what I said. This is for the Pisces AutoCAD. It'll be Pisces, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But right now it's Pisces. So all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within, right? You're figuring out what you desire. And to do that, you have to check in with yourself. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice. to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home, to find that center, right? This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of the world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? And it's simple, small practices. It's not about, and I speak on this so much because we always talk about meditation and all those things. And you know what? Some people are really great at it. I know many people that can meditate for hours, do it really well. And then there's people like me who can't sit still ever because I have 25 million things to do. And I'm a single mom and I'm building a business. I'm trying to create content. JD, welcome. Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind. I appreciate that. But when you're trying to do everything alone, it gets very hard to sit still and just meditate and all those things. And I'm never going to ever say bad things about it, but when you have to do things like that, you learn to find ways to get up and clean and just turn your brain off. It's not so much about sitting still and meditating. It's about finding what works for you. And when we start learning that a little bit more, I find when we focus on we need to meditate, we need to journal, we need to do this, and then everyone's like, well, I can't do that. I'm not a good writer. I can't sit still. And there's all these reasons why you can't, because we're trying to compare with what someone else says it needs to be. But if I know I can't sit still and meditate, but I know I can start cleaning the house and doing all the chores that I got to do and turn my brain off, but I'm not worried about the past, I'm not fearing the future. Here now, I'm present, but I'm dreaming of what I could be. I'm grateful for all the things. Stephanie, welcome. How are you? So when we understand that, it is a form of meditation. Dancing, movement, exercises, they're all form of meditations because you're not focused on all the other things, all the chaos going on in the world. With journaling, same thing, especially when you're frustrated and you're trying to balance what's going on. When you understand simply that, okay, maybe I can't write it down right now, but I can turn on my voice record or my Google Notes or whatever it's called and say whatever you got to say. Blah, 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 blah. Just let it out and then go back afterwards and read it and then write down what's actually there. Like, oh, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Oh, that's interesting. And then you can kind of journal on that. And it allows you to help processing it. So, but a lot of people don't do that or don't think to do that because they think they have to do it a certain way. So when I come on and I do these things, this getting centered in these small things, I'm trying to tell you and let you know that it's not what everyone says is the way. It's finding what works for you. And did your husband die last year?
No.
I hope not. I don't have a husband, but he definitely didn't die. Why are you shaking me? You just want to say hi? Okay, say hi. Hurry up. Say hi and then go.
No, I just want to see.
We see your face. Say hi. Okay, well, I'm working.
About Betty.
Well, you can talk about Betty over there in your room. Not right now. Nice try. Did your husband die last year? Oh, Lord, that sucks. Okay, go sit down. I'm working. You know the boundary. Don't get in trouble. Do you want to lose your toys? Do you want a timeout? You know the rules. 1, 2. Hiding behind me doesn't mean we can't see you. Nice try. Goodbye. All right. So a change in your emotional life. So that's what I'm trying to teach people, right? Transformation. And it's really true when we start with these small little bite-sized changes. It's small. It's the smallest little thing. Bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish, right? When you start with showing yourself love And it doesn't mean relationship, like it can mean relationships, but it doesn't mean just relationships. It means, personal relationships, any your encounters, uh, business, personal, any interaction with human beings. When you start loving yourself and you love yourself fully, you're going to give more compassionate. You're going to lead by example, and people are going to want to listen, and they're going to want to hear what you have to say, and they're going to want to work and deal with you because they believe that what you're doing, even if they don't always agree with everything you're doing, they know that your intention is right and that you're not doing anything harmful. You don't have to agree with everybody all the time. Learning what works for you creates that boundary. And until you love yourself and can show up for yourself, you're going to always get stuck through there and be like, which way am I supposed to go? How am I going to do that? And I meant these little cliche, and I talk about them all the time, but those little cliche sayings, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. And the first and foremost thing you should stand for is yourself. And Pisces, you're figuring it out. Like you're going within, you're checking in, you're knowing how to get back to present, you're understanding this is what I want to birth, but I don't know how to get there yet. But you're learning how to figure it out. And it says conclusions are coming, conclusions are within reach. So it means you're there, you're right at the precipice. Hi Megan, how are you? And when you get to that point that you start trusting, you start listening and you get present and you hear, and those little ideas, those little flashes, those little suggestions that come out of nowhere, random strangers, a billboard you drive by, a sign, something on the radio, they come. And you're like, where did that come from? Whoa, that's interesting. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I was just thinking about that. How did that happen? That's your spirit team saying, hey, we're here. We're just waiting for you to show up to here, right? And what I find, what I talk about more, and the way I try to show everybody is, I believe in the woo-woo, but I also believe we need to ground it. So if I can help people find out how to check in spiritually, how to check in with themselves and see it and say, this is yes, this is what I want. And now if I can help you ground it by the actionable steps, small little steps, then you don't have to worry. You're not in fear of what's going to happen. You're like, wow, I feel empowered. I know how to do this. And I may not know all the steps, but I know this one, I know this one, I know this one. I might be learning the next one. And by the time you get to that one, you already have 5 more going ahead of you because the universe has weaved its web and said, I see you showing up. I see you. Watch this opportunity. Watch how this grows for you over here. Watch how this comes out of nowhere. And you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? It's amazing. It's beautiful. But if you can't, you have to know how to trust yourself. You have to know how to check in with yourself. And you have to know how to celebrate those small, little, tiny wins. We're not celebrating when we get 25 steps ahead. We're celebrating every step for 25 steps. Then when we turn around and we look back and we're like, holy crap, we're 50 steps. How did that happen? I must have missed some celebrations. It becomes so easy and you're so empowered and you don't have to worry anymore. Fear is just it's there, yes, when you're younger, it's meant to stop you. It's meant to keep you from burning your hand on the stove. It's meant to keep you from all those things. But as we grow older, that fear stays back there. And then it hinders us because we want to protect ourselves. But the whole idea is when you do it scared, show up, do it messy. You don't have to be perfect. Do it because you care. Do it because you love it, because it lights you up. And that's what's happening. Do it scared. You're starting to understand that. You're starting to show up for yourself first. And then it's going to show out to the world. You never have to worry. It's going to show out to the world. Starseer. I knew that one was coming. Southern Fried Land. I like that name. Welcome. I'm doing really well. I'm doing the and third eye chakra again at the bottom of the deck. You already know. You already know. Starseeker. You already know what you're trying to birth. You have the idea. You've done the work. You've been getting present. You kind of know what's going on. You're thankful for your fingers, your toes, your eyes, your nose, all of it. And you're starting to see the pathway lay out for you. Angel number 46. All the ones that I'm calling out, there's a reason. If you feel called, go look it up. It's good homework. And I'll answer those little questions in the back. It's going really well. Usually I come on earlier and do these, But it's been a long week, and I've been trying to get it done, and I didn't want to miss it because I still have 2 more to do. It's going to be a busy week, and then the kids go off to spring break, and it's going to be home hectic. So I'm trying to get it done. Plus, I felt called. I was like, maybe I won't do it, but I really felt called to do it. So sometimes I have to be obedient and come on. And it feels good, and I think this is the right message. Because we got some Pisces here that are ready to birth some things. And no, we're not meaning birthing kids. We're birthing ideas and pretty exciting things. So now we're starting to learn and understand and trust in the guidance. And I love that. So right now is Pisces, and in a few more minutes, I'm almost done. Then it will be Cancer, then Scorpio. Hi, Sharon. How are you? So this one's a little longer, but I figure it's easier. Instead of doing 12 1 hour or 2 hour ones, I can do one for an hour and a half or so, and then you can just click on your chapter. Like when this uploads, it will go to each chapter, and then everyone should be good. All right, moving on. I could talk for days, so I have to be careful. Creativity guides me as live. Like in the live. Oh, did you share my live? Is that what happened? Sorry, I don't know how this works. I'm still learning. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm still learning how this all works. And because I'm doing it from my phone, I can't see all the things. So bear with me. Just bear with me a little bit. We'll get this. All right. So, Starseer, listen to your intuition. Yes. Trust the holistic journey. Dreams finding their way into being, the bigger picture, a more aligned outcome than expected, clarity of the greater path. Is that not what I was just talking about? Like when the confirmation comes so beautifully? Have you ever headed toward a specific destination, but instead of it being where you ended up, the journey was the catalyst for getting you where you were meant to go? Have you ever felt the universe was conspiring against you and nothing seemed to be working out as planned, but then everything came together in a way that was so perfect? This card is about the journey not going as planned, but the outcome being better than you thought possible. When we set our dreams and intentions, internal or external shifts may need to occur before we start to see results. Outdated doors may need to close. Ideas that are holding you back may need to transform. Life's winding roads may make it seem as though you are off the path, despite how right your decisions may feel. Trust and know that your higher self may have bigger plans for you. There might be some adventures on the way, or not. The road you take depends on how ready you are and the distance between your current life and the one you're dreaming into being. This card depicts intuition as a goddess. She is lifting you out of the clouds of confusion and mind noise and showing you the clear way forward. She is your higher self, and she can see your great potential. Trust your instincts and have faith in your dream. You are already on your way. And then the meaning. Keep believing in yourself. Trust in your dreams enough to let the serendipities unfold. Let go enough to allow space for unexpected opportunities. Even when the route is not as direct as you imagined, listen to your intuition and know you have got this. And just like I said, those little nudges, those little side steps, those little detours, they're not trying to take away from you, and you know that. They're leading you because that detour was meant to teach you that one little thing that was going to make the difference between long lasting and you get all this big greatness and then it's gone the next day. You know, for like me, for example, me building my business, all of the things that I've got going on, everything starts slow. We're slow building, slow growing, but that doesn't matter. We show up, we build the foundation. It's solid. We're not building and then worrying about it falling apart in a week. I keep building, and the people are coming, and they're going to come because they know they can see. The work speaks for itself. The people speak for themselves. Your actions speak for yourself. You know, and that one little detour that had to build your character just a little bit is the one thing that's going to say, okay, are you going to push through on those moments, or are you just going to give up on it because it didn't, I don't know, you didn't go viral in 10 minutes or something, right? Like, there's reasons that we have all these detours. There's reasons these things happen. And when we start taking that into consideration and saying, yeah, I really did kind of need to know that. Yeah, that helped me. Also, look who I met over there. I looked that person and that person and that person, and they taught me this and showed me that and took me there. And wow, they brought that idea to my mind, which I never would have done. Um, Everything is done for a reason. And when we start trying to micromanage the universe, we only hinder ourselves. So you're starting to understand that. Where did that go? I put it away already. Your third eye chakra, where are you? It was right there. That was the bottom of the deck. You already know. You're starting to see it. You're starting to see the path laid out. Even though you don't know all the steps yet, you see the path. You know what's going on. And you're starting to get clarity. And you're also beginning to understand that in the clarity, to get to the clarity, you have to have gratitude. You have to be present. You can't be wrestling in the chaos, right? That makes a very big difference. So, all right, can I have an angel number for my Pisces? 10, 11, take action. Yeah, you've been doing all this stuff. Like, you're ready, you're prepared, you're getting ready to take action. Hope, new beginnings, fresh start, intentional living, purpose, and spiritual growth. This is your call to move forward. The sooner you take the first step, the sooner you'll achieve your goals. Embrace patience, and your perseverance will be rewarded. Seize this moment to begin anew, aligning your actions with your true purpose and creating the life you envision. And remember, birthing a new age, even if it seems scary, if it doesn't seem scary, it's not big enough. Dream bigger. And then birth it anyway. Take action. All that stuff, you've been getting present. You have the ideas. You already know what's going on. You're understanding how to get to that path. You know how to click in. You know how to check in. You know how to get present. You know how to do all the things. You've packed the tools in your belt. Now you're getting ready. Take action. Take that step. It doesn't have to be all the steps. Take that first step. Let the universe know you're ready, and it's going to show up for you in ways you can't even begin to imagine. Okay, can I have one, once I get my crap together here, can I have one, get out. I need just one affirmation for my Pisces. What are you doing, my child? When you get too quiet, I get nervous. Can I have one affirmation for my Pisces for the month of March? Something to speak. Oh, you snuck in the back here. I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. That's pretty fitting. Why are you being a weirdo? I don't like. Why are you whispering at me? Oh, it's I cannot.
Mama,
What?
where's my Kia?
I don't know. She probably went inside. You can go and play, but you gotta put your jacket and stuff on. Sorry, guys. It does get a little distracted with the child. But she's really cute, so we have to forgive her. You're understanding, you trust your intuition, truly. I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. And that's it. You're ready to take action. You're understanding that first step. You're getting ready for that fool's journey, and it's going to be beautiful. And I'm excited. And this is the year of the horse, so you need to understand, once you take that step, once you show the universe, I trust, and I'm showing up, and I'm doing the things, what's going to happen? That catapult is going to come through like you never saw it before. Okay, so let me mark this down. That was Pisces. Next one is going to be Cancer. So I'm going to put it at 44 minutes. I have to write these down right now because I'm still new, so we're learning to figure it out. She better put on her jacket. That child of mine, I don't know. Okay, so next up, first of all, my Pisces, that was a really good reading. So March is going to be strong for you. If you get ready and you start taking those steps, it's going to be strong. I want to start with God here. She got a jacket on. You're lucky. I was about to come out there. Sorry, I got to keep an eye on my kiddo. Okay, clear it for my Cancers. Can I please have one gratitude for my Cancers to show up for the month of March? Self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. I'm like halfway done my tech ed project. Awesome. So you're just listening to me while you're working? That's a good thing. I like to put on like podcast style stuff and do the same thing. I think it's a great idea. That's evening, ma'am. 4 watching and 11 likes. That's a lot more than when I was the only one here. Yeah, I'm slowly getting there, and more people pop in and out. So, and this is kind of a longer one because instead of doing like hour and a half ones for each sign, I decided to do like for the water signs, for the air signs, for all of them. So there's 3 in each one. But then it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. Why are you at my window harassing me, kid? She's so funny. What time is it for you? Oh, I don't even know. It's almost 6 p.m. I'm in BC though, so. All right. Oh yeah. So reach out to a loved one you trust for advice. I forgot to read the bottom of it. Self-compassion. This is important, and especially for Cancers, because Cancers are really. I don't want to stereotype it, but Cancers tend to take things more personally, more hard on the chin, more emotionally. They're very, very emotional, but when they take things hard, they're overly critical of themselves. 9:50. Wow. Yeah, that's late. Well, I'm in BC though, so it's like 3 hours different from Ontario, I think, still in Canada. The hour change, and yeah, the hour changes are weird here. But it says reach out to a loved one you trust for advice. And the reason that you should do that is doesn't mean you have to take all their advice, but when you reach out, a lot of people tend to just assume you got it. And if you don't say anything, and if you don't allow somebody to help you, they don't know that you're struggling. They don't know how they can help you. 8:49, so almost, yeah, so 3 hours. Oh, that's almost 4 hours. No, 3 hours. That's right. I can't do math apparently today. I might need to go back to school. Yeah, it's so early here. The difference here, and because it's still daylight, it's finally starting to get like lighter again. Thank God. It's not like 6 o'clock and it's black out there. All right. So when reach out to a loved one for advice just means doesn't mean you have to take all their answers or all their advice, but it's just letting them know how they can help you sometimes. And then everyone forgets that Icarus also flew. This is for your self-care. Think of something that you've been feeling particularly negative about recently. As an experiment, flip the switch. How could this be reframed as a positive? This is what I teach and talk about so very much because there's always a lesson. There's always a silver lining. And sometimes it's hard to see. And sometimes it chokes you to the point where you're like, to have to see it and recognize it. And it does. And it takes a moment. And that's part of what I teach in the emotional awareness and all of my other content. It's about understanding that it's okay to feel that, validating it along the way. I was getting ready for my ice time at 6:30. For your ice time? Is that for hockey or something, like skating, that kind of stuff? How could this be reframed as a positive? Repeat the positive affirmation to yourself 5 times or as many times as it takes until you begin to see its truth. And it's so too. I don't know what ringette is. I've never heard that. Is that like curling? I'll have to look it up because I've never heard of it. I'm not very sporty either, so I'm going to look it up. Kind of like hockey. Huh. Yeah, me either, but I'll look it up. I don't know nothing about sports, so me saying I've never heard of it is definitely, I've watched the Super Bowl like twice, I think, in my whole life. Yeah, I would probably have more fun playing it than I would watching it. I like to, if I'm going to do those things, I want to have fun with it. So I can't really Can't say anything, but I don't. If I don't know it, and it's cold, especially if it's cold, I'm a sucker. Was supposed to be a tropical baby, but my mom messed up. She had me in Canada. She really messed up. I played for 7 years. That's cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. I hope you're really good at it, and I hope you're winning trophies and all that cool stuff. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So that's why reaching out to a loved one for advice. So these small little things. This is my cancers, by the way. I don't want to forget you. You're holding on. You're like, what do I do? I can feel the fear, the worry, the chaos. It's just saying, hang in there. You're almost there. And when you stay true to yourself and you understand that even in the negative, it can be reframed to a positive. Find the silver lining. Because once you find the silver lining and you can reframe. And when I tell you, I could tell you stories upon stories upon stories about my own life, the crap I've endured, I've overcome, the betrayal, all of the sad stories, but I don't want to do that. But that's important. Fun helps. Yes, very much so. But when you learn to understand that silver lining and you learn to, when you worry about all the things happening, you just manifest more worry. Because the bottom line in this world, no matter what anyone tries to tell you, the fact remains you're constantly manifesting. Whatever you speak into this world is happening. So do you want to speak negatively? Do you want to speak hate and spew violence? Or do you want to spew happiness and joy? That doesn't mean that bad things don't happen, because duality must happen. It must be. For us to understand extreme joy, there must be extreme pain. So when we start understanding that and we learn to walk the line of balance and we find that in ourselves, we find the silver lining, because the bad is to teach you the good. And when you understand that almost every one of your biggest growth, wherever you grew and your character and all those things, those biggest parts of growth came from grief, came from loss, came from betrayal and hurt and pain, right? But good things came of it. Am I saying go seek out all those things? No. But I'm also saying when those negative things that come, the things that frustrate you and all those things, there's a positive. And when you can reframe that, and sometimes it takes time because you got to sit with it and validate it. So don't ever say, I should be doing this. Just understand that to get through it and to understand the other side, you have to validate it. You have to sit with yourself and understand it. Y'all have a blessed night. Wifey is serving up some barbecue. Oh, it's that time of the year. Oh, it's getting there. That's exciting. Enjoy, Tommy. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Sometimes it's a bit annoying, like when I have a practice, but I have to do homework because then I have to stay up late. But other than that, Ringette is awesome. Well, when I was always a night owl, so I don't know. Now I'm go to bed early because I have to go to bed when my kid goes to sleep. Because if I move, breathe, that kid is she's always awake. Always, if I breathe too loudly, she's like, I'm up. So I finally started doing like early bedtimes. We're in bed by 9 o'clock. And I think I'm just getting old. That's what it is. But yeah, once you start changing your perspective, you can see the end of the tough cycle is approaching. And it's coming because you're learning to see the silver lining. You're learning that you don't always have to carry it yourself. There's always going to be someone you can trust to reach out for advice. And doesn't mean you have to take all their advice, but there's always going to be someone out there. Oh, Sagittarius, discovering freedom and adventure. You're understanding that through the tough times, it allows you to be bold and to be confident in all the other adventures that come ahead. Those times are to teach you. And when you start seeing that silver lining and learning, where are you getting that wheelbarrow, kid? Okay, go play. Have fun. Okay. I'm telling you, of all the things I could have spent money on, that playset and all that stuff out there is the best thing I could have bought. I'm so grateful that I got it. She's so happy over there. When you find the silver lining all the way around, it's always going to benefit you. And you're starting to see that. You're starting to trust it. You know that when you can reframe and change your perspective, the end of a tough cycle is approaching. And Cancers, that was a hard one. That was a hard one victory, right? Because, and that stubbornness and that defiance, which we all have, by the way, is not. It's not a judgment. It just is. But it also sometimes makes it harder. Is that the one? Starseed, what lights you up? Again, I knew that was going to be. What is the page number for that? Angel number 50, clarity, change, and transformation. I should have known. If you feel called to any of these numbers, please go look them up. There's always going to be a good answer for you. Starseeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and there is something that they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pulled this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. They innately know that there is much more to life and feel there is something more and to get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals, in schools, in slums, in mansions, on stages and in edit suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share, and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. What lights you up? That's what you need. Of all the manifesting, of all the thinking, of all the worrying and all that, when you start to see the positive, when you start to see the silver lining, the brighter side, you start to say, oh, well, this is a good idea. You become more aware of it and you speak more life into the world. And what happens? The universe pays you back by sending you opportunities and all these cool things and these ideas, and then you can follow your passion and start seeing what actually lights you up. And it doesn't matter if everyone likes it or hates it. If it brings you joy and it makes you happy and it lights you up, by default, your vibration rises so high. That doesn't mean that we don't have to feel anger, pain, shame, all those feelings, but we know how to process it and release it and let it go. Okay, validate it, understand what information is it teaching me. Okay, I'm allowed to feel that information, validate it, understand it, let it go, and channel that energy so that everywhere you move forward, you're channeling into learning, growing, creating, advocating for yourself, teaching yourself how to be a better person. Give me 1 sec. Where is my kid? Give me just 1 sec. I gotta check. She's too quiet out there. I don't see her. Okay, I'm just making sure you're good. You can still play. Just don't play on the stairs. Sorry, I have to keep an eye on my kid. She comes, messes in the house, and then goes outside. And then I can't see her, and she gets wild. So sorry, guys. I did that one. Following what lights you up. I love that. You're starting to trust in yourself, and you're starting to understand that even in the bad, there's good. And you're bringing it to earth. I love that. Earth. This is a good one. Learning to be human. It's one of my favorite ones. What number we got? Angel number 62. Also, if you want to do a little homework. There it is. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it. And that makes so much sense, Starseed. The end of a tough... You're changing perspective. You're learning to understand. And you're starting to understand that you're human. Any mistakes you make, it's a lesson. They're not failures. There's something for you to learn, something for you to do better, to find the silver lining, because even in the negative, there's a positive. Sometimes it's hard, real hard to see. Sometimes we got to dig deep. Sometimes we got to sort through trauma and filters and projections and the shoulda, woulda, couldas and everybody else's opinion. But once you do and you understand that you're human, it becomes a lot easier to process. It becomes a lot easier to forgive other people. It becomes a lot easier to live and let live and stay in your own lane and focus on you and control where you can change, right? And then trust the universe is going to show up where you can't. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize their souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean toward transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on earth. Those who tend toward immanence have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in the physical world rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Being a fully embodied soul having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence. Being in the world but not of it. Most star seeds are drawn toward transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth, and you're being called to focus more of your energies on the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. Do you tend to long for the stars or to be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? And that pretty much explains all that I try to teach, truly. I believe in the woo-woo. I believe in all of the things. I don't agree with all of the things everybody says, but I do believe in a higher power, and I believe a lot of things happen. But I also believe that the lessons that you learn along the way, you're meant to learn them and find the silver linings to understand, so that the tough cycles they end, right? So you know how to overcome them. And yeah, you might have to crawl through the mud a couple times because you didn't quite learn, you don't understand. But when you get through the mud on the other side, what happens? The next time it happens, you kind of crawl. And the next time, you start walking, or you crawl on your hands and knees. The next time, you're walking. The next time, you're dancing through it. It becomes easier. Life doesn't get easier. We just get better, right? And you're starting to learn, and you're starting to be more empowered, and you're starting to trust in yourself. You're starting to understand that it doesn't need to be all in the stars or all in the ground. We need to trust and have faith, and we need to do all the things. But to show that we have faith, and which is the highest form of currency there ever was, but to show we have faith, what do? You have to do the action steps. So you're taking what you learned, you're finding the silver lining, you're doing everything you can possibly do in the ground, in the present, in the here, in the now, what you can do. And you're trusting, I'm doing everything I can do. Okay, God, it's up to you. Right? And when you do that and you let it go, I promise you, you keep doing everything you're supposed to be doing, God will show up. God will make it happen. And I'm not saying God because of Christianity or religion. I believe in God. That doesn't mean I believe religion needs to separate anybody. I believe anybody's allowed to believe what they believe. And as long as their heart and their intention is in the right place, you don't need to be in a church. You don't need to be a specific religion, culture, any of those things to believe what you believe. And I believe that intention matters more than anything. And then we have the violet flame. And that's just my own personal truth. For everybody else, that's, I'm never going to judge somebody for their own personal truth, because they all can be true at the same time. And then when we start understanding that and accepting that, it creates a whole new respect for people. Because at the end of the day, we all want the same things. We want to live a happy life. We want to grow old, have kids, or not. see our families be happy, live life peacefully. That's what everybody wants. Find our passions, be happy about it. And when we start breaking it down to the most simple of things, it becomes a lot easier to understand and a lot easier to hold space for other people and let them just be. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusory constructs and become self-realized, empowered beings, life may present us with more opportunities to grow than before. When we explore our innate healing ability, we may experience our expanding consciousness as a deeply blissful and illuminating. Our glimpses of our higher awareness can be followed by periods of intensity as we return to normal. These uncomfortable experiences are shadow elements, unaligned with the higher vibration, dropping away so we can maintain our new frequency. Your sensitivity will be heightening, so it may be harder to spend time in places with frantic activity. You may feel disoriented, have emotional ups and downs, and even physical symptoms. Yes, I'm in here. What do you mean? Daily practices for recentering will allow you to drop into yourself and be present and still away from busy mind chatter and distractions. Well, unless you have kids, and then there's always distractions. But it is what it is. Shut the door. Good job. There are so many ways to meditate. So experiment and find something that works for you. That's what I was talking about in the last one for Pisces. This one, yeah, when you figure out what works for you, it's not judging anything else. It's finding what works for you. There is no way to do it wrong. Yoga, qigong, painting, or walking are just a few examples. We can learn to protect and maintain the energy we cultivate in ourselves, not from fear, but through a healthy awareness of what is ours and what is the energy of others. As we expand our consciousness, our empathy may increase. Maintaining energetic sovereignty will allow for heartfelt exchanges with healthy boundaries. Just as we keep our body fit and healthy, it is good to ensure our energy field is free from anything that no longer serves us. We all experience some level of trauma as we go through life. The effects can stay in our aura and, if unaddressed, may influence our physical or emotional well-being. There are many ways to clear your energy field. Seeing an energetic healer or learning clearing methods you can do yourself can be so helpful when you feel dense, heavy, triggered, sluggish, or down. Being able to kickstart a positive vibration so you can regain perspective can be the key to flowing through situations that seemed overwhelming or unsurmountable. Holy, my English today. Work with the violet flame to transmute anything that is not for your highest good into love. The flame is simple to visualize and a powerful tool that can be used by anyone. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Consider your psychic toolkit. And I talk about the toolkit all the time through all of my teaching. So understanding this is a transmutation, transformation, alchemy. This is what I talk about. It's what I teach. And apparently I'm being called to speak on that. So if that stuff interests you, I suggest go looking at some of my playlists, because there's definitely many in there that are very cool. Consider your psychic toolkit. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy? An exercise routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient. It will not help you read, though. Your energy sovereign, your vibration high. Maintaining clear and vibrant energy will also help you see through illusions that may be blocking or disorienting you. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalance after heightened energy levels. It's a little hard to get through. Apparently I can't read after a certain time of day, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is for my Cancers. I just would like to have, let me clear this one. I need a good angel number, please, for the energies for my Cancers. My hair's in the way. Just give me one. That's the one. 1221. Taking initiative. This is a good one. Transformation, positivity, happiness, communication, messages, good news, self-expression, and high energy. Make the most of what you have, and it will lead you to new heights. Acknowledge your blessings and cherish your loved ones. Inspiration will guide you forward, helping you discover your path. Exciting news and positive developments are on the horizon. So you start seeing 1221. It's twofold. Okay, so it's telling you to take initiative, but it's also telling you when you start seeing that number, that's your angels, that's your spirit team saying, "Hey, we're here, we see you. What's going on around you?" Get present. Take a deep breath. What were you thinking? What's going on? What was playing on the TV? What were you listening to on a podcast? What's going on in your everyday? Is there a sign you pass? Just get present in that moment. Because when you see that, it's saying, "We see you. Do you see us?" And when you get present, because those little sparks, those little things, when you get present and notice what's going on, that's what's going to inspire you. That's what's going to allow you to ground it. That's going to be the hint that takes you out of the tough and helps you see the silver lining. It's going to be there right in your face. It's going to be so easy to see. It takes practice. But the more you show up and the more you pay attention, you're starting to understand that. You're understanding that even in the tough cycle, there's goodness. And that's a really good space to be in. Cancer, once you can find the silver lining in any situation, you pretty much have mastered life, right? Because no matter what happens at the end of the day, you're like, it might take me a minute, one more one on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Whatever you go into, whatever happens, it may take you a minute. You may have to process it. You may have to sort through it. But there's always a silver lining, and there's always a positive, and there's always a learning. And sometimes you don't always know what that learning step is until you get 2 or 3 steps ahead, and you're like, this struggle happened. And that one thing that happened 5 steps back that you would have never, ever known or made no sense to you, all of a sudden it'll be, "Oh my God, that taught me that. How could I have known that?" That's God, knowing you were going to need that. Can't give it to you right away, but He'll lay it out for you. It's going to be right there, but you got to wait and look and see and trust that it's there for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator. That's my Cancers. You're learning how to create. You're learning how to transmute. You're learning what alchemy really means, and you're starting to understand there's always a silver lining, and you're starting to trust in that. You're starting to trust in your spirit team, and you're starting to feel more empowered because you know if things start to feel heavy, you know you can reach out to a loved one for advice. Doesn't mean you need to take all the advice, but you can reach out. But you also know at the end of the day, you can reach out to your spirit team. You can reach out to God. You can reach out. And if you listen, if you get quiet, and it doesn't mean quiet sitting still, just quiet your mind. You can listen and you will get the answer. You're not always going to get the answer you like, but you're going to get the answer you need. And when you start to trust that, it becomes a lot more empowering to step through. So that's what I have for my Cancers. And then what time do we got? 1:13. So let's do 1:14. Sorry, I'm marking it down because until I get the timestamp thing sorted, I'm not sure if there's another way to do it or not, but until I do, I'm marking it down so that we can go into my Scorpios. Scorpios are just transformation, transformation, transformation. And that was happening all through Christmas, January and February. So I feel like Scorpio is not messing around. I don't think there's any more going inward right now. I think you're about to explode outward. I think you're ready to take those steps. Everybody is, like the water signs are in their small ways. But I feel like Scorpio has been going through transformation. Well, they're always going through transformation, but they've been going through some deep transformation. Once you start to understand deaths and rebirths and how the old thought processes fall away, it becomes a lot easier to understand what's happening. But Scorpios are like the king and queens of transformation. So I haven't even pulled a card yet, but I feel like that's what's going on. Y'all are done with the deep inward thinking, the deep inward insight. You're like, you already know kind of how to do this stuff, but you're done checking inward. You know how to get there. You're not sitting inward anymore. You're just plowing forward, is what I feel like. And it's okay because you know that when you get stuck or when something happens, you know how to come back and go inward. But I for sure feel that, like, that hurry up and go. Let's get up and go. And I feel that's what's happening. And that's a really good thing. Okay, can I have a gratitude? Something to, okay. As you grow older, you'll discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and the other for helping others. Reflect on some ways you helped others today. How did you feel when you helped them? You have to understand, people tend these days, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. People tend these days to just say, like, did you buy that for someone? Did you donate to them? Did you give them money? Well, when you sit here and listen, when you like, when you share, when you show up with advice, when you give somebody a compliment, when somebody else wins and you celebrate them, that is giving. It's such a simple, simple thing. It doesn't take much to do. But people get so caught up in the how much did you spend? How much did you buy? Small little things, supporting other creators. Like I just got a novel. My friend makes keychains for the business. I got them. Like, these are small little things where we can intentionally turn a little bit into a whole lot, right? It doesn't always have to be money. It's showing up with a compliment. It's saying, hey, I see you. It's sitting with someone just for a moment. Sharing your lunch if you don't have anything else to give. I'm going to tell this story, but it's not. The other day, I was like, I don't really have a lot of money, but there's somebody, they put a post up somewhere, I don't want to say where, but they put a post up that, they needed help, they need a little bit of food. And I'm like, I don't really have a lot of money, right now, but I just filled my freezer, like I just went shopping. So I messaged and I was like, I don't have money, but if you need, like, I have frozen meat and stuff like that, if you're okay with that, I would be happy to bring you some. And they were like, of course. So the way it worked out, anyways, that I couldn't get to them that day, and I was starting to freak out. I'm like, are you going to be okay until tomorrow? And they're like, no, we're okay. We have enough. So the next day, I ended up getting paid. I got a payment. So I took them to meet and stuff like that. And then, but because I got that extra payment, I was able to give them a grocery card too. But it wasn't expected. It wasn't something. But I was like, if you can do it, you should always do it. Do what you can, but don't put yourself short, right? And those small little moments, I had it so I could give a little bit extra. Doesn't mean I'll always have it, and I understand that. But in those moments that you can, give freely. Do it from your heart. And understand that that's going to be paid forward. That person that got helped, I know for sure that what's going to happen when someone else needs it, they're going to be the first one to say, here, I can help you. Right? And that's the way it should be. You always give with zero expectation. You don't expect anything, not even a thank you. You expect nothing. You give, and then you trust that it's going to be paid forward. And that's the way it is. That's the way it should be. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. That's right. Okay, can I have a song? Okay, this is my kid. Well, we can't sing it right now.
How about
I'm almost done. As soon as I'm done this one, then we can sing it all you want, bud.
how about make things when you're done too?
How about making things? What do you want to make?
How about chocolate?
We're not making chocolate tonight. We're getting a recipe, and we will make it when you go on spring break. That's on Friday. Friday, we will do a whole Easter egg. We'll make them all, okay? Deal?
But only at Easter?
Oh, yeah. No, we'll make it before Easter. Okay, let me finish this. I gotta stay focused. You gotta let me do my job, bud. Acknowledge the good that you already have in your life. Oh, pardon me. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. If we're breathing, we're abundant. If we have breath in our lungs every single day, we are abundant. If we have food in our belly, if we have a roof over our head, we're we're rich. Do you understand? When we understand that, when we're grateful for the ability to move our fingers and our toes, to breathe, to look at the sky, to walk outside our door, to go inside and to cover up on our bed at the nights, put our head down, we are abundant. We're rich. What was that? Don't do that again. I love you. Don't growl at me. I'm almost done work. She's a little camera ham. Sorry. Yes. Okay, say hi and bye. I'm almost done. No. No, don't growl. No, look at me. Hold on. Look at me. Eyes on me. Look at me now. 1. You know the boundary and you're pushing it and it's not going to be good for you. So either sit down and finish watching your TV. You know the boundary. I hope she gets into acting classes, for sure. She's a ham. And she's getting wild. Sorry, guys. All right. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. What good did you have in your life today? How can you bring awareness of these things forward? Think of a ritual for tomorrow that will remind you of your happiness today. And stack them. Because if something good happened today, if there's something great today, there's something great tomorrow. And if you start with that something great from today and add it to tomorrow and you keep adding them up, those gratitudes get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then there's so much you can't even say them all, right? And when you feel that full because you can't stop saying thank you because of all the things you already have, you tend to forget about the things that you don't. And the things that you don't have, that you don't immediately need, tend to fall away. And then the things that you actually need tend to just show up. They tend to happen. Why? Because you're putting faith in it. And you're not worrying about it. Because when you worry about it, you're manifesting more worry. When you let it go and you trust and you're grateful for all of the things you do have, all of a sudden that little extra thing will pop up here. Somebody will drop this off. I thought I was thinking of you. I thought maybe you would like it. The way things will show up and work out for you when you start being grateful, Scorpio, you know that. You've been doing the work. You trust it. And that is such a good thing. That's a sign that says, I know that if I have breath in my lungs, there's something to be grateful for. And when you get to that point in life, you know there's nowhere but up. There's no down. There's no failing. There's no follow. You built a certain point of your foundation, right? There's no, you came through the mud. You did all of that, figuring it out, coming back, falling down. But what you did is you built, and this is your solid foundation. So no matter what happens, you don't fall back down. You don't go deep into the mud. Your foundation is strong. So no matter where you branch out now, you come back to this same space. Miss Grace, you're pushing that little luck of yours. Don't do it. Can I have a Moonology one, please? 1. Don't make me get to 3. You'll go to that corner. Your deeper resolve rises. Eclipse in Aquarius. Awakening. You understand. You absolutely know. And that's beautiful. Miss Titi, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm doing Scorpio right now. I just finished the Pisces and Cancer. My brain fried out. I can always tell when it's too far in the evening because I can't read, I can't do things, and my daughter gets wild as can be.
No, don't.
You heard that, right? You heard. I don't love you again?
Yeah.
Man, that gets exhausting. It's a lot of work to not love you, bud.
I'm your baby.
Yeah, you're my baby.
And
She's so spoiled. And she knows it.
Mama, does this go here?
Yes, this is your last juice box, bud. They're supposed to be for your lunches. That's your 3rd one now. That's why she's sugared out. She doesn't usually get 3, but she's taking advantage because I'm working right now.
I'm gonna have to.
Yes. Did you just bump into the coffee table? Oh my God.
I like that.
Are you drunk on grape juice?
What is it? What color?
Okay, can I have a Moonology, please, for my Scorpios? My wild child has had enough for the day. That's so funny. Hold your vision. You completely get it. I've been teaching these lessons. You already understand it. You know. You're holding your vision. You're like, I know what I got to do. My foundation is strong. I built that. I put in the work. It's like that feeling of let me at 'em, coach. You know, like I've been doing this work. I've been doing this work. Let me in. Let me in. And now you're just ready to bolt forward. It's just, it is what it is. It's like, you already know ways you've helped others. You know how to reflect on it. You know how to bring that positivity. You know how to get back when in the middle of chaos. You know how to find that center. You know you built your foundation. So I can't fall any lower than here. And, you know, when you've been in that mud and you've had to crawl through it and almost claw your way out and then not quite get there and you had to struggle back and forth, you got here. And then there was a space where you had to learn to trust it, and then you feared leaving it because it took so long to get to that solid foundation. Now you're like, I've been on this solid foundation for so long. I know. I've been here. I've dug my way through it. I understand. I've processed. I did all the things. I know how to come back to here every single time. Let me at it. We're not doing this no more. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. And that's literally, you're holding your vision. You got your path set. You got your steps. You're ready to go. That's exciting. It's good. And I'm super stoked.
Mama, I'm sleepy.
And you're understanding. You process. This is I'm sorry. And it's the processing. It's you know who you've had to say sorry to. And when I say that, I need you to understand. You're not just apologizing like from me to you. You're apologizing to the universe. You're understanding that some of the things you had to learn was ancestral, right? It was from the people before you. But by you releasing that, by you breaking those chains, you unbound them, right? They're not held to their mistakes. They're not held to those things anymore. You create that change, and you give them freedom. You allow them to ascend, to do the right thing in the other realms, right? But you personally, you making that change stops it on your generational path. So that means your kids aren't going to behave like that. Your kids aren't going to have all those things that you learn, those bad behaviors, those triggers, all those things. You know that and you trust that because you've made that change. You've let go of the programming that doesn't serve you. You trust it. You understand. And you know moving forward, even if you get it wrong, even if you make mistakes, you know how to check in with yourself, how to come back every single time. Is that right? Is that wrong? You apologize for all of the things you've taken on. You've unbound that karma, and you just have that faith. You're like, let's do this. That's awesome. And I flipped right to it too. Writing past wrong. We're in divisive times. When we are hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about the unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say, I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame, it's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. How are you being called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs? You know you weren't held back. You know you were doing the extra steps. You know you were doing all the things because you weren't just healing your own wounds. Yes, some of those wounds that you didn't even understand you had to process were from your ancestors. It was from way, way back. You had to heal wounds for people that you had nothing to do with you. They were so far back you would have never even known. But when you healed those wounds and when you did that extra work, you created that foundation. But in creating that foundation, you released that chain on all those people behind you. You released it. So moving forward, what happens? All those people, all your next generations, they don't have to live in that same chain. They don't have to live with those same addictions, those same struggles, because you've given them a better chance. It doesn't mean they're never going to have that problem again, but you know how to teach them. You know how the wisdom. You know how to teach them how to get back. You know how to hold the vision. You know how to teach through the generations. You have stories. You're living proof. You're walking testimony. So when that happens, they're going to see you and they're going to be inspired by you. And you know this. And you're rearing to go. And you're trusting that, yeah, it might have taken me a lot. Especially Scorpio. You did all the deep transformations and you do it all the time. Okay, I know that, but I'm still talking.
Remember, you can do it.
Remember, you can do it. Now move along. She's out of control. But you know, that deep transformation was for a reason. It made you strong, it made you solid, it made you trust in yourself. And moving forward, when you step out, there's no question. Miss Grace, 1. Don't make me get to 3, bud. Go play in the room. You're pushing your little luck. Pull your pants up. You're going to fall on your face. No, it's right here. Don't start that. Oh, it's wartime with the child. My favorite. I didn't do this one. See, sometimes she distracts me, but we will get the message out. It's a little easier when she's at school. But now it's half days, and then after this week, she's home for 3 weeks. So, but I also got told I have to kind of get used to it because summertime's coming. I'm gonna have to do all the stuff with her home, so we're gonna have to find the boundaries and make it work. You want to let me get a shuffle in there, please? Okay, give me 1 for my Scorpio. Well, can you take it easy there, bud? The fake choking isn't cute, and it will get you in trouble because you know it's not okay. Okay, give me 1 for my Scorpios, please, and thank you. Oh, I love this one. This is a good one. This is where you're at, and when I tell you, literally, and it says transformation on the bottom. But this to me, it's at the bottom of the. You're done with transformation. You're not completely done, but you're done for the moment. I've done all that work. I'm ready to go. And this says trust the niggle. Okay. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? This is a really, really good one. Follow that urge. Follow, like, you got it. It's that intuitive push, right? 52. Also, angel number 52. So, if one of them called to you, go look it up. Do the homework. Those little questions in the back of your mind. Whatever's just dying to be answered, but you don't quite know what it is, that thing back there, go look up those angel numbers. If they call to you, if one of them does, it will be the answer to that question. All right. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? That niggling feeling, that annoying niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying niggling feeling, trying as you might, it's there. And it ain't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting, and until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we may feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from higher realms, but in fact, it's the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body to receive the intuitive intelligence and act on it quickly. You are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer it in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. What is your niggling feeling trying to tell you? Those little nudges, those little urges, those little things in the back of your mind, and they're not good or bad. They just are. But when you listen, it's information, just like checking in on your body. When you feel a little tired, when you feel um, oh, today maybe I want to go get ice cream at this place, and it's just there. And you're like, nah, I probably shouldn't, but it's there, and it just keeps hinting at it, and you end up going. And what happens when you go? You run into an old colleague or somebody, and you have like the greatest conversation, right? Or you go, and it's somewhere that would have been way out of the way, but something really great happens and something that like where you normally would go, right? Like say you're just going home and you decide to go there instead. Well, something happened on your way home. There was an accident or something. But if you hadn't went to wherever that thing in the back of your mind was telling you to go, if you hadn't trusted that and went, you would have been the one in that accident, right? They're there because those are your intuitive nudges. That's what's guiding you, and you're learning to listen to them. And you know to trust them to move forward. That's the only way you're going to be able to, because you have the faith. You trust. You know how to hold your vision, and you know how to listen to yourself. You know how to check in. You've been through that deep transformation, that deep, deep, deep transformation. So moving forward, you know exactly what you're doing. Maybe not exactly what you're doing, but you know how to get there. You know how to listen, and you know how to trust. And you know that in the bad, there's good. You know how to find the silver lining. You know that no matter what happens, everywhere you go, you're going to win because you know how to listen, learn, trust that feeling, and just keep moving forward. You're not stopping anymore. You've done the transformation. You know if you have to think about it, you know when to pause, look back, listen, think about it, get clear, understand, is that my emotion? Am I being reactive? Or is that the honest answer? You know how to process it and move forward. You're done sitting still. You're done sitting with it. You're like, I'll go back there when I need to, but right now I'm ready to plow forward. I got my vision. I got my ideas. I know what I want to create. That's pretty exciting. You're ready to go forward. March is going to be, I think, like everybody's looking inward. You know what you got to do. I don't think you're sitting still at all. I think you're moving forward. You're taking that step, diving in. You're starting to create something. Doesn't mean you have to go live on YouTube or do this. It could be just starting to paint again. It could be starting to exercise. It could be whatever it is. But you know what it is you're going to do, and you're not afraid to do it messy. You're just doing it because you're starting to trust in yourself. You're empowered. You're confident. You're ready to go. You've learned the lessons. Realm Bridger, you're understanding. And I talk about this all the time. I'm not telling you to stay up in the stars or stay on the ground. We're learning how to ground it, right? How to keep that cycle flowing, just like energy. Keep it always moving. But to ground it, you need to know the actionable steps. And you did that. Now you're like, let's do it. And I'm here for it. Scorpio, this is exciting, actually. I know what it's like to sit around and have to process and be like, is it ever going to end? Did I learn enough yet? Is it ever going to end? But we don't have to get stuck in the learning, because when you trust yourself and you know how to learn and you know how to sit with it and you know how to go through the process, how to get back to find the answers, to be clear, not just, unsure and I'm going to guess at it anyway. You know how to get clarity first. And then when you step forward, you're ready to go. And that's amazing. Visionaries, architects of the future, information from other realms, bridging the seen with the unseen, inspiration, seeding a new earth, traversing different states of consciousness, birthing ideas from subtle reality, and journeying. Have you ever felt that there is more than meets the eye in the perception we call reality? There is more going on behind the scenes? Do you ever glimpse beyond your physical senses and wonder if what they perceive is just the tip of the iceberg? Do you ever get visions or insights just as you are falling off to sleep? Do you dream in colors that are more vibrant than you have experienced in waking life? As you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomena you might have believed only happened in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite a greater awareness of the subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places and bring through pioneering ideas, creativity, and to explore the edges of the universe. This card is about bridging the seen and unseen. Intuitive painting is my method of connection, but the ability to crystallize the normally intangible can manifest in other ways. Anchoring the collective dreaming for a new future is not as out of reach as we may think. Just as water changes from solid to gas to liquid, we can change the tangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even maths can form the path of the visionary. Once these visions are in the minds and hearts of many, it can merge into matter. These blueprints then go to the architects, and the ideas become physicalized. It is time to dream outside the box. It is time for the inventors, the artists, the poets, and the visionary leaders to step forward and collectively dream in a new future. Keanu, welcome. It's her. Hello. You are the pioneer of your life. The way forward may be in your dreams or visions. You might find it useful to do automatic writing or intuitive drawing to capture some of the more lucid information. Be creative and don't take on the opinions of others. It's time to think and do things a whole other way. After all, as the saying goes, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You're the realm bridger, exactly that. You're bringing all of your ideas. You've been thinking, you've been transforming, you've been understanding them, you've been transmuting all the things. You know how to process it. You've been holding your vision. You already have the ideas. They're there. They're ready to go. But you've been waiting because you wanted to make sure you were transforming. You wanted to make sure you had the right idea. You had to make sure that everything was okay. And God saying, well, I don't even think it's just God. I think it's you saying, I've been holding the vision. I am holding the vision. I've done the work. I'm moving forward. I'm stepping out. I'm doing what it takes. I've done the transformation. I'm always transforming. You're taking it from out of the mind and out of the processing that you've been doing, and you're physically doing it. You're starting to put that foot on the ground. You're bringing it into existence, and I don't think you're going to stop for a while. I think that you're full on feet on the ground, ready to go. Like ready to go. That's pretty exciting. And that's good. Whatever it takes. You know, we may not see your things for a couple months as you're moving forward doing the work, right? Because actually doing the work doesn't mean everyone gets to see what it is. I had to do a whole lot of things before my business came to be. I had to do a whole lot of work behind the scenes before any of this came to play, right? So you've been doing that work. Now you're ready to go forward. And then this one is, you got the number 666, reflect. And that number is not a bad one. That came out, who was that for? I pulled an angel number for somebody local. And it was like, oh, it's a bad number, but it's not. That's your divine feminine, which is, it's so sad that that number gets a bad rap. Reflect. Healing, empathy, self-discovery, compassion, awareness, inner peace. Unexpected changes are on the horizon, challenging your thoughts and feelings. This is a prime opportunity to reassess your identity, embrace a mindset shift, opt for optimism, confidence, and trust. Listening to your intuition and understanding your emotions are the key to your growth and evolution. That's for my Scorpios. You're finding the feminine in you. Let me rephrase that. You have found the feminine in you. Thank you, Grace. Okay, go sit down. I love you, but okay, but you know the boundary. You have to listen. So I want to say this clearly because it needs to be explained properly. You have always had the divine feminine. That's the transformation. That's the intuition. That's all of the things feminine, right? But we all have masculine and feminine. Miss Grace, don't climb on that couch like that. we all have masculine and feminine, and now you've done all the transformation. The masculine more is the feet on the ground, the action, the movement, the going and getting it, and now this is you're diving into that masculine part of you. And it's not going all masculine and letting go of your femininity. You're finding that balance, but the biggest part of balance is understanding that the duality means knowing and understanding and loving both parts, and knowing when to pull from this and when to pull from that, right? And that's how you walk in balance, because expectation and capacity are still different and always changing. So you have to be in your feminine, you have to dream it, you have to feel it, you have to understand it, but you still have to do the grounded action steps, right? And you're understanding that. You've reflected, you trust it, you've held your vision, you know. Now you're doing the masculine part, you're doing the action steps forward, you're doing what it takes to ground it, you're doing the work, you're whatever work that is, you're stepping forward, you've done the research, you've done the knowledge, and now you're starting to gain traction and move forward, and that's fantastic. And you're going to find that because in the first little bit, because you've been in the brain for so long, been in the heart and the feeling and all that, the moving forward is going to feel like plowing forward, and you're going to be hardcore, like go, 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 really in your masculine. Hello, my girl, 3IY. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. When you're going strong like that, don't feel bad about it. Don't overwork yourself or burn yourself out. But understand that because you are so much in the head and in the feeling, going in the action, kind of going hard for that bit, is because you're catching up, right? And what's going to happen is it will balance out. The feminine and masculine will balance out. But when you had to dream it up, you had to dream it up and you had to feel it, and then to ground it, you have to pull that masculine and do the action and put in that hard work and get it done. But you're at the stage. That's the hardworking stage that you're at. And that's really exciting because you already know what the vision is. You hold it, you trust it, and you're like, hey, feet on the ground, let's do this. So don't get too worried or anything when you're feeling like you're overworking or it's okay, because for the first little bit it will feel a little obsessive almost working on it, but you have to trust that it will balance out and you're going to be okay. And you're going to be really so motivated and so excited by feet on the ground actually doing it that you're not even going to notice it. You're gonna plow through it so quickly, like it's a never-ending balance work, but you'll plow through the hardest part of it because you've already done all the other stuff. And like you're rearing to go. You're literally ready to go. You already have the idea. You trust your intuition. I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. You find the silver lining. You know that no matter what happens, the good, the bad, or the ugly, you know how to get there. You held your vision. You're ready to go. Feet on the ground. So I see, my Scorpios, a lot of good things coming in March. You're no more in your head. You're ready to go full throttle, get it done. Don't burn yourself out. But don't be afraid to push. Don't be afraid to be in your masculine more for a little bit. It's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel shame. You did the mental work. You did the transformation work. You're understanding that you're bridging the realms. You're bringing heaven to earth, right? You're grounding it. Those ideas, you're putting them on the ground. You're trusting. It's a beautiful feeling, and it's literally that feeling where like you're trying to burst through the door, right? When they're at the beginning of a race and they're all down, they're ready to go, waiting for the gunshot. Like that's where you're at, and this is just literally telling you, go, do it. And that's exciting. So I'm really excited to see what you have coming. And I will be keeping my eye out. And I promise you, if you show me the things that you're creating, especially things that you're creating and selling and all those things, I really do love supporting other creators. I like to help where I can. I want to show up to your lives. I want to put in. I can't always do so much because I'm building a business too, but I will always try to show up. If you make books, you author your own books. If you make keychains, whatever it is you do, promote it. Glass art, I have tons. You can look at my videos. I love supporting other creators, and I think we should do it more. You don't have to, but if you do, put it out there, you know, especially my Scorpios. I see that you're putting the feet on the ground, you're doing the action. So I really do want to salute. Welcome. Oh, it says hello, my girl, and then there's a different language. Anyways, hello. Whatever it is you make, whatever it is you create, put it out there, promote it. Let us see it, because there's nothing we want more than to help you win. I'm really excited for you, Scorpios. Pisces and Cancers, you're almost there. You're doing the learning and the processing. You're understanding what alchemy and transformation really is. But you're not chomping at the bit just yet, and that's okay. There's still some things to go. You're learning, but you're still transforming. You're still in the head and in the heart, right? Not Scorpios. Scorpios are done with the head and the heart. They're like, let's go, let's do this, and I felt it immediately, and that's good, because taking action, showing up messy, doing it, the good, the bad, the ugly. You're starting to understand. No matter what, you're gonna learn. Yeah, I'm almost done right now. So, but I'm going to leave now because it's almost 11 p.m. Yes. Thank you so much for staying and hanging out. That's really great of you. My Scorpios, do good. And yes, go get some sleep. It is getting late. It's almost 7 o'clock here. So I love for my Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and when I post this, the timestamps will be up there, so you can go up. If you feel called, go check out my website at creativelyguided.ca. I have my healing content. You can check out the playlist on my YouTube. All that good stuff. Get some tea. My tea is fantastic. The healing rituals that go with it. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. I can't remember all the things I'm supposed to say. But either way, do what you got to do. I love y'all. Thank you for showing up. And Scorpio, I can't wait to see what you come out with. So excited. I love you guys, and have a good night.